Good morning, Houston. Today is August 22nd, 2017. Today, we have breaking news about the quickly intensifying tropical storm Frederick.
We will directly go to meteorologist Alejandro Garza.
Thanks, Josiah. Here we have satellite images of tropical storm Frederick. As you can see, Frederick is quickly intensifying by the hour. It began as a tropical wave in the Atlantic Ocean, then developed into a tropical depression and began to move towards the Gulf of Mexico. It quickly developed into a tropical storm, and soon after, it is now still developing and is slowly moving towards the Texas-Louisiana area, where evacuations are being ordered. Thank you. Back to you, Josiah.
Thank you, Benjamin. We have breaking news that Frederick has now intensified into a Category 1 hurricane. It is still quickly intensifying and slowly moving. It is expected to make landfall on Friday as either a high-end Category 4 hurricane or a low-end Category 5.
We have just received footage of looters in Freeport, Texas. Watch this.
If you see a looter in the area, call the police.
Please report any looters that you spot in your area.
According to new reports, Hurricane Frederick could cause up to 46 inches of rain, breaking major records.
Good afternoon, Houston. Thanks for joining us today. Frederick is also expected to cause major wind damage, as wind speeds could break 165 miles per hour, making it the strongest hurricane, wind-wise, to ever impact the state of Texas. In fact, even stronger than the Great Storm of 1900, which was the deadliest hurricane recorded to ever strike the United States, killing around 10,000 unprepared residents. Anyways, we have a report from Benjamin Garcia on how much damage Frederick could potentially cause. Benjamin?
Thank you, Reagan. Here I am at a local general store where people are buying necessities for this natural event. For example, bottled water, canned goods, and batteries. Here we have Captain Gray, who is going to stay for the hurricane. We're going to ask her some questions. Ma'am, how are you preparing for this storm?
There's a storm?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I was just gonna have a party and have cake, but I guess I'll buy some water and I don't know. Man.
You might really want to prepare for this storm.
Okay, we got that.
Thank you, people. Benjamin Garcia, Richwood, Texas.
Thanks, Benjamin. Unfortunately, Mr. James had to leave due to family emergencies. Although, we have a new report from meteorologist Alejandro Garza. Alejandro?
Thanks, Josiah. Hurricane Frederick has exceeded our previous prediction and has just become a Category 4 last night. With still some ways to go before impact, Frederick has a very high chance of becoming a Category 5. It could become the strongest Atlantic hurricane ever to be recorded. We highly recommend that you take this storm very seriously, and if you are in any areas of impact, especially near the eyeball, the strongest part of the storm, please be prepared to immediately evacuate. Thank you. Back to you, Josiah.
Thanks, Alejandro. Hurricane Frederick is getting very close to making impact on the Texas coast, as it has become classified as a major hurricane. Our airtime is running out, but we will be back on at 6:30 a.m. to cover the impact of Hurricane Frederick. Good morning, Houston. Today is August 23rd, 2017. Hurricane Frederick is expected to make landfall near Galveston, Texas, due to the change of course in course of the hurricane, with landfall taking place later this evening. Tonight, Hurricane Frederick intensified into a Category 4. This morning, Frederick has strengthened into a Category 5 and is still intensifying as it barrels towards Galveston, making impact within less than an hour. We have Alejandro Garza once again with a new update.
Thank you. Not long from our previous report, Hurricane Frederick has become the strongest Atlantic hurricane to ever be recorded, reaching 180 miles per hour in winds. As Frederick will be staying stationary near the Texas coast for approximately a day before moving northeast and dissipating later. This means that, unfortunately, Frederick will not weaken quickly. It is predicted that Hurricane Frederick will remain in Category 5 status for hours, still having contact with warm water during landfall. It will take 24 hours for it just to lose major hurricane status. We are urging that you evacuate now. Here are locations of mandatory evacuation, voluntary evacuation. Stay tuned here or visit www.channel5houston.com. Thank you. Back to you, Josiah.
Currently, Hurricane Frederick has reached wind speeds of 180 miles per hour, surpassing that of Hurricane Carla from 1961. It could cause up to 12 feet of storm surge, plus major flooding due to staying stationary for a day. It could become the strongest Atlantic hurricane ever recorded.
Mandatory evacuations have repeatedly been ordered near locations of impact, such as Galveston County, Travis County, Harris County, Brazoria County, and many more, as the Texas coast and parts of Louisiana brace for impact. Here we have Ethan Orozco at Brazos Port College.
I am at Brazos Port College, where they have opened the schools to those seeking refuge. For those riding out the store, you will need a plentiful supply of necessities such as food, water, electricities, and more. Anyone, no matter who they are, is welcome here, where there will be plenty of food, water, medicines, and more. Thank you. Ethan Roscoe, Lake Jackson, Texas.
Breaking news, as Hurricane Frederick has just made landfall near Galveston, Texas. Landfall is when the eye hits the land.
As you can see, Hurricane Frederick has been intensifying and has been so dizzy. I went down near the Iowa. Very windy. As you can see, there's so much.
Thanks for watching us right now. We'll be back later at some time.
Have a good day. Good morning, Houston. Today is August 25th, 2017, and we have updates on Hurricane Frederick. Overnight, Frederick has downgraded into a Category 2 and is now moving northeast, expected to dissipate soon.
It has killed over 75 and injured around 400, but the numbers are still rising. Levees are at major risk of breaching. The city of Galveston is nearly entirely underwater, and as well as there is a large risk of spreading disease.
Currently, over 450,000 residents have been displaced. Looting is happening all over Texas, the Texas coast. Rebuilding will take months, maybe even years, and many areas are infected with many types of diseases.
Please stay safe, and we at Channel 4 wish you the best of luck.
It's Contract Productions. Hey.
No. It takes a second to record from. Hey, no. Josiah, I'm.
Thanks, Josiah. Good morning. Here I am trying not to poop my pants during the memorizer. If you guys as a tropical depression, please just no. Oh no! What are you doing?
right here.
I guess I'll get some water, but I don't know. I mean, I was gonna go have a party.
Thank you, ma'am. We wish you
Did
the
you
best of luck
You laughed.
for the storm.
I'm sorry.
We have to refill now.
People, this is an example of how people do not prepare and do not pay attention to the news.
Lesson, we have all the guards up. Benjamin, you're supposed to be in this too. Hurricane Frederick. I didn't remember it. I didn't try doing it, but I remember it. We have Hurricane Carlos. Hurricane Frederick has reached wind speeds of 180 miles per hour. No.
Wow, guys! Wow, Ethan, nice job. You okay, Ethan?
Hurricane Frederick has reached wind speeds of 180 miles per hour. Seriously? You figure
Louisiana, brace impact. I messed up there. Bloopers.
Productions. Hey.
tonight. Hurricane Frederick intensified into a Galveston.
It was mine. Start over. Ask for pause.
Category 5. It's still intensifying as it barrels towards Galveston. Making impact within less than Good. Into a category 5. It is still intensifying as it barrels towards Galveston.
Stop laughing, Alex. Ethan, don't ever say cut. We're just going to continue.
Tonight, Hurricane